Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Connoisseur's Conversation. Today, we're going to talk about a fragrance from the house of Chanel. This is one that I just picked up recently for my birthday. I'm a Libra baby, and I had to have this particular fragrance because it had been on my buy list for quite some time. And I actually had never sampled this particular scent. This is Chanel's Le Lion, and Le Lion is one of those special ambery fragrances. It's a classical dry woody style of fragrance that is just a phenomenal wear on the skin, especially for the fall transitioning seasons. I love the way this scent smells, so if this sounds like the type of content that you think you'll enjoy, pull up a seat, pour a glass, and of course, let's enhance. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Dry Down, the lifestyle channel where we as enthusiasts aspire to enhance and elevate our olfactive sensory experiences through the understanding of the different aromas, facets, and nuances of scent, cigars, and wines. I'm your host, Chris. Welcome to today's experience. We're going to dive right into a connoisseur's conversation. Today, I want to get an exemplary ambery fragrance out to you guys to let you know that when it comes to Chanel, there are very few fragrances that really attracted me to this type of brand, at least the exclusive line. When I was attracted to them, they were never really buys for me. But when it came to Coromandel and new Le Lion, Le Lion is one of those particular fragrances that I'm just enthralled with the way that it comes off of my skin. I'm actually very surprised at how beautifully it blooms off the skin with its leathery accords and natural wood essences. This is the particular box that it comes with. I'll show you the full presentation. It's a simplistic hard cardboard box. It sits on a pedestal. The box is, like I said, very well made. Chanel's not going to really make lacquer boxes or anything like that, but it is a sturdy cardboard box. It has a pedestal. It has all of the actual literature on the bottom for what's the content involved inside of it. There's always compliance. I got the 75 ml bottle. I don't need anything larger than that. The 200 ml would be a stretch for me. I would never finish that. Magnetic top. Great atomizer, the double C on top. This scent is a beautiful scent. I'll show you how the atomizer sprays. It is a pressurized atomizer that goes with a nice bloom, nice dispersant. And the scent, oh man, the scent. If you've not smelled Le Lion, man, this is classic, exemplary, ambery woods, classical leather style of fragrance that is just, when I talk about a scent that really captured me, there's some fragrances on the line of particular that really do drive a point with me that come off well. They smell phenomenal. But when it comes to Chanel, the classic French perfumery that this house produces is amazing. Olivier Poge is the master perfumer behind this particular scent. It's about a 2 or 3 year old fragrance release, maybe even 3 or 4 year old fragrance. I can't remember when it was released, but I know it's one of the newer ones, not like Comet, which is the newest, but it is one of the newer ones in the line, maybe 3 or 4 years old. And it is a phenomenal unisex leaning, in my opinion, from what I've smelled it on my skin and in the air. It's a unisex leaning, slightly masculine to me. It is the way it comes off. Okay, let's talk about the actual scent profile. The scent profile is made up of a nice balsamic oriental accord of labdanum rich amber. This is also headed off with a beautiful Amalfi lemon in the opening and the birch smokiness of leather. So it has, if you've ever been a Chanel fan, you'll know that the Coromandel has this beautiful patchouli, which this one actually has in that realm of earthy, gritty, soil-like patchouli that has a slight sweetness to it. It also has the Cœur de Rosé leather inside of it. So it has this two ultimate pillars of Chanel's fragrance and blending from Olivier Poge in one particular fragrance. Now, the actual Coromandel is one of my favorite fragrances in like the top 25. It's one of those special patchouli fragrances that you hear me talk about ad nauseum sometimes because it's a great patchouli fragrance. This has that patchouli essence and leans even more masculine because it takes away some of that rose essence and the white chocolate while still having that very sensual style of erotic and exotic leather and labdanum combination of Cœur de Rose and Coromandel. For me, this was definitely a full bottle worthy when I went and smelled it. Like I said, I had never sampled this particular scent. This was one I went into the shops to just see. I'd heard about it, things of the sort. I may have smelled it once or twice, but not a full sampling, like a full wear, but just the scent profile of it I smelled. And when I put it on my skin walking through the mall that day, I knew I had to come back on my birthday and get my birthday gift from the house of Chanel. This is a beautiful scent that has a lot of projection. It has a lot of evolution. The sillage is phenomenal in this particular scent. The waft that you get behind this with that very balsamic, rich labdanum with the vanilla accord that comes from Chanel is a very, very alluring, attractive fragrance that is just a head turner. And the thing that got me about this one, what I really particularly love about it, is the leather accord. And that's why I say it's a little bit of a masculine leaning fragrance, at least to my nose. My objectivity and my subjectivity on this one leans toward this one going on my skin masculine. And I'll definitely tell you guys when something leans feminine, because I'll wear things that do have a little bit of feminine touch to them, because I think on everyone's skin, even though they come with that particular notion, they do have a good smell on, whatever your environment is. So in this one, I thought it would be something that, because Chanel cannot kind of lean toward the feminine side, but for me, this one has that labdanum, that rich sandalwood, the lemon, and this leather accord. And the leather in this one is ultimately, to me, what I think gives me the ultimate portrayal of a assured gentleman. And that's one thing about this one that I love about it, that assured gentleman feel. It's classic, it's woody, it's ambery, it's one of those things that it's a work of art because of the structure of it. It's not a sensitive fragrance, meaning it's not something that's pretty or faint. It's very much so robust in the way it comes across, and I love that about it as well. And like I said, the evolution, what you get when you spray it on, you get this powdery effect of labdanum and amber with a little bit of the birch style of leather. And that birch style of leather is very attractive to me. It's one that's very consummate of I won't say something not something that's more of a sophisticate as much as it is something that is just above kind of reproach when you wear that style of leather. It's that one, you're so self-assured and so confident. You are one that has a lot of you are the ultimate confident man in that position that you stand in at the day and time. It then transitions to this beautiful, off of that leather, it transitions off of that leather that has a little bit of lemon inside of it. It transitions into that leather and labdanum combination with the sweetness of vanilla. It's the ambery vanilla, ambery labdanum, and a little bit of that patchouli. So it's this ultimate chypre style leathery fragrance for me. And it's succulent, it's sweet, it's exotic. Like I said, it has so much going for it as a sweet, slightly phenolic green, smoky, depthful, peppery, spicy fragrance that it's a head turner. It ultimately makes me feel like I'm going to be the best smelling person in the room. Like I said, the sillage, it's about 2 foot long of sillage to trail behind you. It's something that's not going to offend anyone. It's very sensual, very alluring and sexual and attractive, while having great depth to it as well. So that's one of the things about this particular scent. The evolution is just wonderful on the skin. It's Chanel, so it's high quality, very high quality. Olivier Poge did a master class in perfume blending with this particular scent. And that's like all Chanel's, they have a story behind them. So this one goes with her makeup and her Sagittarius, or her sign of being a Taurus, I believe, not Taurus, but a Leo. And that's one thing that she made the scent for, was to be that strong Leo type of individual. And it's just good. It's good. I enjoy it, man. I can ramble on about it, but at the end of the day, this is a scent that has a very special leather accord while having some ambery and woody, substantial ambery and woody backbone to it. And it's just a great scent. It comes off with a nice airiness, ethereal feel of soft, rustic, birch tar leather, but nothing over smoky. And it's elegant in the way that Chanel always does things. I enjoy this fragrance, man. It's one, I'm surprised. It has some ambery touches that are not super unique. So that's one thing. It has some of the touchings of like Shalimar. It has some of the touchings like Amber Aria from Perfume Roma. It has those touches. It's not one that's super unique, but the blending of what he did to this one is what makes it a full bottle worthy fragrance, because you do get hints of it. But after that ambery opening starts to dry down and starts to use the rest of the note structure, it very much so becomes its own scent. And that's the one thing I like about this as well. And I have that familiarity because I do own Amber Aria. And my mother is one who wears Shalimar all the time. It's one of her favorite scents, the Guerlain Shalimar. So you could pick up those you could pick up the essence of those particular scent profiles, but it's one that's still unique in its own right. So like I said, once again, Chanel Les Lions, it's a scent that I picked up for my birthday, and man, I am so happy that I did. It is going to be in my top 10 most anticipated wears of the fall. I'm going to put out that list today as well, because I have quite a few fragrances that I'm just clamoring to get to, and this is going to be in that top 10, because as you can see, these come filled to the top, and I'm already cranking out a lot of this juice just to get the wearing, man. It's phenomenal. I'm one who has had a great impression while wearing this particular scent. Compliment magnet. Everyone loves it in the air. You'd be surprised at how many people give you commentary on this particular scent, because if you do 6 sprays, which I've done with this one, I think you can go as little as 3, but I'm loving the way it feels around my collar. So I sprayed in both of my my collarbones. I did 2 on the neck, then 2 on the wrist. So it's really around my head and around my shoulders and around my arms. It gives me a little bit more of a radiation, and I'm loving the way it smells. So if you ever get a chance to stop into a Chanel shop or get a sample of Les Lions de Chanel, you won't be disappointed for a masculine leaning, leathery, ambery fragrance that has the ultimate of labdanum inside of it. Once again, I'm sitting on my Olivier Poge. You're going to see me rate this between maybe the 80 to 82 mark, maybe 84-ish. That's where I'm thinking that. I will produce my rating graph at the end of the video to let you know exactly what that number is, but it's going to be an outstanding fragrance in my rating for what it is. Once again, Les Lions by the House of Chanel is today's connoisseur's conversation. Very much so loving what this does for me in my professional business, where if I put it into my blend list, it's going to go with business, it's going to go with leisure, it's going to go with evening elegance, and it's going to go with night out. I won't wear this as a daily fragrance because it is a little bit more elevated and upscale for that particular scent profile, but in business I have worn it and enjoyed it and just sprayed it on. That's the 6 sprays. I've worn it on a night out, and I've worn it on an evening in, and that was so great of a wearing prowess that I am telling you right now. This is a great recommendation for me to get to you guys. If you have a chance to smell it, I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Once again, Les Lions. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been my video for you guys today. Today I just want to drop a little connoisseur's conversation on you, let you know about the newest fragrance in my collection that I picked up last weekend. This was Les Lions de Chanel. Les Lions de Chanel is a beautiful ambery fragrance with a lot of leathery labdanum inside of it, a little bit of a birch smokiness to it as well. So it's the ultimate gentleman fragrance that I think will go with any polished gentleman's wardrobe and go off phenomenal. It's one that I would think of. I am going to put it in one of my blend series to let you know exactly how I've been wearing it in a couple weeks to see how that goes. My mid-fall blend going into winter. But as of right now, this is a scent that has really captivated me, really brought me into what Chanel can do with the offerings of labdanum scents, and it's going on phenomenal. Hats off to Olivier Poge for making a very good scent that I think will make many of us feel elevated in the wearing process. Once again, this has been my video for Les Lions. And if you have any questions, concerns, any comments, drop them below. Let me know what you guys think of Chanel fragrances. As always, I enjoy giving this content to you. It's always fun to hear back from you guys. So if you guys, we don't talk about Chanel much on this particular channel, but I do have a few Chanel fragrances that are going to come out for the fall season, and I can't wait to pull those out, including Les Lions. So if you have any Chanel fragrances that you're excited to talk about and get out into the wearing process of fall 2024, let's hear about it below. Until next time, until next video, peace.